Hey guys, welcome back to the Foolish Show. Of course, I am Foolish Phil. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, please do so. I always appreciate that. And today I wanted to talk about the NFC playoff game, wildcard weekend, Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Tampa Bay pulls it out 31-15, but really the story of the game wasn't anywhere near that close. If you saw the game, Tampa Bay got off on a fast start. Then the game was kind of neutral. Tampa Bay gets hot again. They end up getting up 31-0 before Philly gets a couple of token touchdowns at the end. But let's go back and start from the beginning. Tampa Bay gets the opening possession, and there was a controversial, week. Again, I will call a spade, a weak roughing the passer penalty on second down. 2nd and 10 incomplete pass would have become 3rd and 10. Instead, it was called a roughing the passer. I guess they called it for going low. It was not going low. The defender hit Brady in the hip, not the knee or below the knee. So I think that was a poor call. But those are the breaks of it, I guess. And, Tampa Bay, they get the first down. They go down. They do a good mix of passing and running. I think the key here is they get inside the 10-yard line and they just run for the touchdown. A couple runs, they get the touchdown, up 7-0. Defensively, they come back, 3 and out. They do a great job of sniffing out the zone read by Jaylen Hurts, whether he was going to give it to the running back. He kept it, gets stuffed, punt the ball. Tampa Bay gets stopped on a 3rd down. Again, defense steps up for Tampa Bay. Now, 7-0, Tom Brady gets the ball. They go marching right down the field, get into the red zone inside the 10. What do? They run the ball. They just run, and boom, touchdown, 14-0. By this time, I think the game was really in the balance because Tampa Bay was going well, and Philly, with Jaylen Hurts, could not complete a pass worth anything, really, and that kind of was like the theme for most of the game. He was very inaccurate on any pass down 10 yards downfield. I don't know how windy it was. Obviously, Tom Brady wasn't throwing super accurate balls, and they showed palm trees just blowing in the wind, so obviously wind was a factor. You could see that on the kickoffs and such where the ball was not going anywhere near the end zone, going that way. And so obviously the wind was a factor in some way. But Tampa Bay gets another stop. Now here's an interesting twist. Tampa Bay goes all the way down inside the 10, and all of a sudden, the first 2 drives, they got touchdown runs. All of a sudden, I think they wanted to almost get cute. And they try a pass, incomplete. Then they try a shovel pass forward to the running back, or maybe it was a wide receiver, gets snuffed for a loss. And on 3rd down, they get sacked. So, all of a sudden, they run for 2 straight touchdowns and inside the 10, and now they decide they're going to just get pass happy, and they had to settle for a field goal. To be fair, Tampa Bay was also going through some offensive line injuries, especially the right tackle. He was out injured. I think he was injured on that series too, so maybe they thought they couldn't run without him in there. He tried to come back later in the game, and he couldn't do it. So maybe that's why they abandoned what worked the first 2 drives. Regardless, they're up 17-0. Suddenly, Philadelphia had to, I guess, if you will, foolishly, I would say, abandon what their game plan was. And all of a sudden, they start going for plays they really shouldn't have. I guess you can always look back at 2020 vision and say, well, their defense started to get stops. They got the stop in the red zone, forced a field goal. In fact, the Philly defense forced 3 or 4 straight 3-and-outs for Tampa Bay. But the Philly offense just couldn't get going. And again, it just was Jaylen Hurts' inaccuracy. Whether that was with the wind or just whatever. Maybe he's just not the most accurate passer. I just was looking on Twitter and people are saying, that's just kind of what he is. And he makes up for it with his legs on the ground game. He definitely did a great job of extending plays and hitting some shots downfield, especially to Goddard, their tight end. But I got to give Hurts some of the blame, and I got to give Philly's offensive coordinator some of the blame too, because they were doing silly plays there when they're giving a 10-yard cushion to the wide receiver Adams, I think it is, and they don't do that. They don't take that. They want to try to do this little 3-yard run to a pass to another wide receiver instead of just taking the first down. And Troy Aikman did a good job of pointing that out. It's like, why are you guys making this overly complicated? So, then the turnover started happening for Philly, right? They had the 4th down stop, then they had a pick at the goal line inside 2 minutes, and then you just kind of see it. It just reminds me of like a team that's just trying, thinking this is their last gasp, and they're doing plays they really shouldn't be doing. I don't know if they really could have gotten a field goal to make it 17-3 because they were kicking probably into that bad wind. But they took like a deep shot instead of just going off and trying to get like 5-10 yards to make it so maybe you can go for 4th down a lot easier instead of being the full allotment. I don't know. I just didn't think that was smart decision making. 17-0 at halftime. Come out second half, Philly drives again, but Tampa Bay's defense just stiffens up and holds. And, alright, good punt, puts them inside the 10. Tampa Bay can't do anything. And this is where the straw broke Philly's back. They get the punt, and the returner muffs it. Right? They would have gotten the ball right about midfield, but the returner muffs the punt, and Philly doesn't recover it. New England, why do I keep saying New England? Sorry. Last night's game. And suddenly Tampa Bay recovers, and this was like the drive. It decided the game really. It might have been decided anyways at 17-0, but this one just broke it open. The first play, wonderful screen pass, got 22 yards. Now they're in field goal range. They work it down, get an easy touchdown to Gronk on a play action pass down at the 1 yard line. 24-0, game over. They had on a nice Chris Evans. I think it is. Evans got the touchdown there, 31-0. There you go. Philly had their chance to get back in the game. Their defense played solid, but they kept kind of thinking, it's do or die, and that just kind of hurt them. That's just my thoughts on it. What do you guys think? Tom Brady wins another playoff game. Tampa Bay moves on to the second round. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching, and until I see you guys next time, go Blue.